Why do steroids shrink your balls? Let's find out. Welcome back to Limit Breaker Fitness. My name's Monty. I've got a background in human physiology, and I use that expertise to lose over 50 pounds. Now, unfortunately, in the fitness community, especially online, there's a lot of people taking steroids, and one, they're trying to pass it off as natty, and there's these unrealistic expectations when it comes to steroids use that is unfortunately ruining a lot of people's perception. Steroids are incredibly dangerous, and we'll go over all the different reasons not to take it. But I feel like one of the most important reasons not to take steroids is the fact that they shrink your balls. So let's talk about why this happens. First, let's take a look at our muscle cells. We have our muscle cell here, and inside the muscle cell, there are these structures known as sarcomeres. Now, what these sarcomeres do is these are the things that actually contract the muscle. So what happens is when we go to contract our muscle, these sarcomeres will shorten. And when all of the sarcomeres that are within the muscle shorten, the entire muscle cell shortens, and then we get that contraction. Now, when we do this under load, like when we're lifting, these break. And what happens when these break is two things. One, our body wants to fix them, and two, it wants to make sure that it doesn't happen again. This is where testosterone comes into play. Now, as I'm sure you know, testosterone is the male sex hormone, and it does a ton of different things in the body. But when it comes to our muscle cells, make sure I can spell here. But when it comes to our muscle cells, testosterone comes to the cell and it tells it, hey, we need to build more of these. So as the testosterone gets released, it communicates to the cell, hey, let's build some more of these sarcomeres. And as we build more sarcomeres, well, now we can prevent this damage from happening. And this increase in the number of sarcomeres in the muscle cell, that's what causes our muscles to get bigger and stronger. Now, this sounds like a good thing, and it is. But where the drawback comes in when you're doing steroids is that steroids mimic testosterone. Now, because steroids mimic testosterone, that causes this process to go a lot faster. And that's why you see when people get on steroids, they put on a ton of muscle mass really quickly. The thing is, our body only wants to have a certain amount of testosterone in it, because if it's got too much testosterone, this process goes way too fast. Other things in the body start going haywire. It just doesn't want a lot of testosterone. It wants a certain level. So because the steroids are mimicking the testosterone, our body naturally is going to decrease the amount of testosterone that it's producing. Here's the key. Where is testosterone being produced? Well, it's produced in the balls, mostly anyway. So because our body is lowering the amount of testosterone that's being used, it's saying, hey, I don't need these anymore because I'm getting it from this outside source. Why am I going to waste the energy maintaining the balls when I don't need to? I can take that energy and use it for something else. Because keep in mind, our body wants to maintain as much energy as possible. So it really means that if you don't use your balls, you're going to lose your balls. Okay? And that's why steroids end up shrinking your balls, because they become useless to the body. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm just going to go ahead and avoid steroids altogether. And there's plenty of reasons, and there's plenty of damage that steroids cause in the body. I'll have other videos talking about those things, like joint problems, things like heart enlargement, stroke, all these other kinds of diseases. So don't fall for these people online that are doing steroids and trying to use it as some sort of, like they're basically just trying to get as big as possible, to get as many clicks as possible, and basically scam you out of some money. So That's why steroids shrink your balls. Stay away from steroids and don't listen to people who use them. You don't have to listen to me, just don't listen to people who use steroids. And if you do want to listen to me, you can pick up a free 90-day training program that I have available down below. No cost to you, no steroids, no nothing, just proper training, step by step. You'll get habit trackers, you'll get progress trackers, and everything you need to get you started. So pick up that free program, avoid steroids. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. And if you got a friend that might be dumb enough to get on steroids, please send them this video, because the balls thing seems to be the only one that keeps people from doing it. So let's save the balls. See you next time.